Hey, what's up everyone? I am PSYK, representing the original youngsters, and welcome to my waving tutorial. This is the first part of the waving tutorial out of 3 parts in total. This one will be covering the basics of waving. Before we begin this tutorial, I have a few house rules I'd like to set in place. First of all, I request for your focus and discipline. What I mean to say is, I want you to be disciplined enough that when you practice, you focus on what you're working on, one at a time. Don't try to focus on 2 different things. Always focus on one, discipline yourself and not get distracted by anything else. Just practice that one thing, alright? Number 2, practice makes perfect. What I mean to say is that you have to keep practicing the correct way. Think of it this way, if you start something wrong, no matter how hard you practice it, you're always going to end up wrong. So practice till it's perfect, but at the same time, practice perfection. Of course, in everything, there's no such thing as 100% perfection, but you want to always achieve perfection, so always remember that. Number 3, take things slow. Don't try to rush anything, don't speed up too fast. Think of it this way. You have to learn to crawl before you can walk. You have to learn to walk before you can run. Simple logic. Apply it to your dance as well. I also like to add that this is my way, my style, and my approach to waving, and I hope that you enjoy it. If there's anything that you're not sure about in this video, just go ahead and rewind it and watch it again. Let's get started, here we go. Let's start things off with the basic arm wave. Now you want to keep your hands up here by your sides, make sure everything is in line and strong and straight. Don't drop halfway, don't forget about it, and put your hands down as you perform the wave. For the basics training during this period of time, please be disciplined and maintain those 2 lines. Now I'll break it down into 4 parts for each arm. First of all is the fingers, then the wrists, the elbows, and then the shoulder, and the reverse on your other arm. The next thing to note is I want you guys to imagine that there's an invisible line on your arm and above your arm in parallel. They're the exact same line, just one above the other, all the way throughout. This is going to help you make your waves cleaner. Step 1, your fingertips, move them up to the line above while you keep your wrist, elbow and shoulders on the original line. Step 2, your wrist goes up to the line above, your fingertips come down to the original line, and your elbows and shoulders stay on the original line. Step 3. Bring your elbow up to the line above and your wrist back down to the original line. Fingertips and shoulders stay on the original line. Step 4. Bring your shoulder up to the line above, your elbow back down to the original line with your fingertips and your wrist on the original line as well. And when you're done, shoulders down. Let's recap. Step 1, fingertips. Step 2, wrist. Step 3, elbow. Step 4, shoulder. Good. Make sure that you don't put your arm down, okay? Keep it up, keep it strong. Take your time and keep practicing. Don't rush it. Now for the opposite arm. Everything is going to be done in the opposite direction. So we'll start off with the shoulders, then the elbows, your wrist, and your fingertips. Easy. Now let's take the wave from one arm out the other arm. Here we go. For the shoulders, all you have to do is just move from one shoulder to the other. Don't lean side to side, keep your core straight. Don't lean, don't sway, don't swing. Just as the way you keep your arms strong, you need to keep your body and your center strong as well. Don't forget to practice your waves in the opposite direction as well. Alright, let's speed things up. Let's speed it up even more. Now that you understand the basic concept of the wave, let's add a little bit more detail. Let's start by adding details with your hands and fingers. Also, you can add more detail by rolling your shoulders instead of just lifting it up. You can roll it forwards or backwards or any kind of variation that you like.
Try again. You gotta keep on going, keep on moving, keep on trying to do it. If at first you don't succeed, try again. You gotta keep on going, keep on moving, keep on trying to do it. If at first you don't succeed, try again. You gotta keep on going, keep on moving, keep on trying to do it.
You can also make use of your chest as you move your wave across from one arm to the other. You can also choose to do a chest roll instead of just simply lifting up your chest. This will give your waves a little bit more depth. Here's some advanced tips for you. Once you're comfortable with your waves, you can try creating different lines and moving your waves across those lines in different directions as you wave across. Now that we're done with the arm waves, let's go into the body wave. Let's start with learning how to do a body wave going up. Just like the way I taught the arm wave, this is broken down into 4 parts as well. The knees, the hips, and the chest going up and back. First is your knees. Now you want to keep your head in position and your hips going down. Bend your knees outwards. Step number 2 is your hips. You want your hips to go up and your knees to come back, but your head goes directly up above. Step number 3, you want your chest to go up, but your hips go back to the original position. Step 4, just simply relax your chest. Don't push it back in too far, just relax it. Let's recap what we just did. Now let's do a body wave going down. As you have guessed, it's also made out of 4 parts. First the chest, then the hips and your knees going out and back to original position. Here we go. Step 1, chest goes up. Make sure that your head does not move. Just keep everything in place, just push your chest up. Step 2, push up your hips while you bring your chest to the original position. Now keep everything else in place. Step 3, now as your hips go to the original position, make sure that it goes straight down to the ground. And while you do that, bring your knees forward. Step 4, simply relax your knees and bring them back to the original position, and your whole body just goes back up. Now practice the body wave going down, then up. Make sure you don't forget 4 steps for the body wave going down and 4 steps for the body wave coming back up. Now make the wave smooth. Here's some simple details and variations that you can add to your body wave. You can choose to move your legs one by one on the way down or up. You can also choose to go onto the tip of your toes when you perform the wave. Another good way to add more depth into your waves is to combine them with rolls. Now that you understand both the body wave and the arm waves, let's combine the two together. When your arm wave reaches your shoulders, all you have to do is just relax your shoulders and start the body wave with your chest. Reverse the process on the way back up. Chest first, and then relax your chest while you bring your shoulders up and finish the arm waves. You can add more detail into your waves by rolling your shoulders in different directions instead. And congratulations, you have reached the end of this tutorial. Remember, practice, practice, and practice. If there's anything that you're not sure about after watching this video, go ahead, rewind it and watch it again. Once again, I am PSYK, representing the original youngsters, and I will see you at the next video. Peace.